Hello YouTube, this is Sonia with SMC VSG 2016. I've been sitting here trying to fix my hair and this is Sunday. I wash my hair and let it dry by itself. I at least put on some makeup, so be glad for that. I am back for my 9-week update video and to do my giveaway at the end of this video, and I am also going to be spending time answering the questions that you all left on that video. Let me start out with how my week went. Again, still losing, but super slow. I'm again 1.3 pounds this week, so my total loss now is 26.2 pounds, and I'm just going to be happy with that, because what else can I be? It's a loss. It's slow. This week I didn't necessarily, I wasn't surprised by that, because it was not a good week. Those goals that I set on my last video, no, it was just not a good week. I think maybe 4 days I kept my half hour of activity, and actually a couple of those days I did more than a half hour. I did an hour, so maybe that makes up for it, but not really. My 5,000 steps, I think that maybe 3 to 4 days I hit that goal. I did do better on my water goal. I'd say the 72 ounces or more, I hit that goal 6 days, and the other times I was still getting in, a decent amount of liquid. And then what was my other one? The protein goal. Same thing with the water. It seems like on the days I do well with the water, I do well with the protein, probably because I'm really making an effort and paying attention and being disciplined about it. Again, and I mentioned this in my last video, this is all about discipline for me, and I really do think I just watched Jody's video today, and she had a rough week too, and I feel like I'm kind of in the same place with that. But I think mine's a little bit different, because she's almost a year out and I'm only like 9 weeks out. I mean, I should be being more disciplined at this point. Although I think it's kind of it's a catch-22, because I've watched tons of videos, and one of the things that I know is that at the beginning, pretty much you're gonna lose unless you're really not doing what you're supposed to do. And like I'll say, I do what I'm supposed to do most of the time. I would have lost more this week had I done a better job at that. I'm trying to think what my downfalls are. It isn't as if, with this sleeve, it's not as if I can eat a lot of food at a time. So it's really not that. I think it's probably lack of activity, and then for me, probably I would say chips is my one downfall. I'm not, a candy, that's not it, or wine and chips. If I'm gonna be bad, or I'm gonna get something that, I just decide I want what I want, it's gonna be one of those two things. And neither of those things is good for you if you're trying to lose weight. However, I am still staying. I really believe that there is something to this thing with the cortisol, the hormonal thing, because even if you count the few times that I actually eat things or drink things that I probably shouldn't, I am still not getting, on average, more than 1,000 calories a day. So I do think that there's something to, I think my metabolism is messed up. And I think that it's probably due to the stress that I have, job-related stress. And so my task and my job is to really focus on that and to get that under control, because it's up to me to do that. I don't have to be stressed the way that I am. I just have to figure out how to start having more work-life balance, and that has been a struggle for me for the past 6 years. So I think that's where I'm going to start to really shift my focus, because I think some things will fall from that. So that's where I'm at. I haven't been being a good and WLS patient, like Jody said in her video this week. And I'm not going to beat myself up about it. I'm just going to try to do better next week. So let's get to the questions that you all left on my giveaway video. There was, I think maybe 25, 28 people who responded there and whose names will be in the giveaway. So I'm just going to start at the top. At Water Village Mommy is, she's at the top, and her question was, do you find you are sensitive to any foods or smells that you really enjoyed before surgery? No, I can't say, I wouldn't say though that my diet has been super varied. Well, I will say it is still at 9 weeks out, it's tough. Something like steak is tough for me. When I can tell when I eat it, and it doesn't go down real easy. As far as smells, I think I've always kind of been more sensitive to smells, but wow, it has gotten way, I don't know if worse is the right word, but I am super sensitive to smells. If there is somebody wearing perfume in the office, I can smell it a mile away, and it's overpowering. I don't know if that has something to do with the surgery or not, but other than that, I haven't noticed a big difference. Like, I know I've heard people say that where there's big differences, pre and post-op with some foods. The things that were my foods that I had a weakness for before are still those now. And the things that I liked are still the same. The things I don't like are still the same. So I don't think there's been a big change there for me. J. Rich VSG asked, have you had any food aversions, or is there any foods you can't tolerate anymore after surgery? That was similar to the last question. I think, anything that's, the steak type, texture is a little bit tough for me still. That'll probably come around. I can still eat it. I just have to make sure that I chew it really well. And there are certain foods that fill me up more than others, but that's about it. I haven't had any aversions, unfortunately. No aversions. Aversions might be good. VSG Jody, she said, her question is, what do you find is your biggest vice? I also answered that a little bit earlier. I would say chips. And I'm not like, if it's Doritos, I'm not eating it. And, because I have teenagers and my husband, and plain potato chips has always been my vice. And I guess wine would also be a vice. The chips are just much easier, and I'm not going to go grab a glass of wine every time I feel an urge like that, but I might go grab the chips. So chips is definitely my vice, I would say. Hello VSG 2016, Michelle. Her question was, and she just, congratulations, got her surgery date finally, yay! I always love to hear exactly what people are eating, so you can give us examples of what you eat for each meal and what your macros are. I don't track that right now. I kind of pay attention, like I pay attention to, the protein and the water, but other than that, and I try to keep the carbs low, but I'm really trying not to get, and maybe that's my problem, maybe I need to get a little bit more specific with that, but I don't track that. I've said in previous videos, part of the reason that I don't, I didn't do this surgery so that I could obsess with dieting and food. I don't want to do that. But I do pay attention. And as far as exactly what I'm eating, I do still have at least one protein shake a day. If I feel like, I had a day where I didn't do so great, I'll do 2 protein shakes in one meal on that day. So pretty much you can guarantee that's going to happen. I'd say at lunch, a lot of the times it's lunch meat with cheese rolled up and microwaved, and then I'll have a salad or a piece of fruit. Kind of the same thing for dinner. So I wish I could be one of those people like Rebecca Ann VSG has been posting on Instagram. I think that's her name. she does such a good job posting that, and I'm just not there. That's where that work-life balance, I think, if I could take a little bit of attention off work and on to this, I would do a little bit more of that, and I might try to, but right now I really don't. I'm sorry. Tiny Teresa's VSG, if you ever have regrets about having surgery. I really don't. I think right at first, I mean, that first week, well, I thought that I had this moment where, you know, I wanted to eat something and I wanted to eat more of it, and I couldn't, physically could not do it, and I thought, what did I do? But that really was a fleeting thought, and I have not, no regrets at all. Sleevy Jibbies asked, has anything surprised you after surgery that you were not expecting? Mentally, physically, relationships, etc. Relationships, no. You know, it was good before, it's still good with my husband. Mentally, yeah, I've had to come to some, I don't know that it really surprised me though. You know, I knew that I would come to some revelation. I would have revelations about myself in this journey, and I think I've done that. I've done, you know, I've realized some things about myself. I would say probably the biggest thing that surprised me was how easy the recovery was. I don't think I realized how, for me, it was really easy. So I think that kind of surprised me. I thought it would be maybe a little bit tougher, but it really wasn't. I might end up making this into 2 videos because it's going to be pretty long. I am going to pause this and have my husband come in, and we're going to draw the name for the giveaway.
I could just lean him in.
Okay, we are back. There's my puppy. Okay, we are back to do the 200 subscriber giveaway now. I have my pretty blue bowl with all of your names written down, all your YouTube handles written down in here. And my husband, Kelly, has come in to help us with Shiloh, the cute puppy. Yep, there he is. Too bad he can't pick. Okay, Kelly's gonna pick. Okay, let's see. And the winner is Amber M. Amber! All right. Well, I will message you on Instagram, and we will get your information and see if you want me to send you any of those. My dog's photobombing us. Any of our Syntrax flavors. Okay, great. See you guys next week, and wish me luck on sticking to my goals this week, and maybe I'll actually lose more than 1 pound next week. Bye.